Hey, it's Brad. So imagine you had to play like a game of chess or, you know, video game, board game, whatever, and you wanted to like play your best every single round, like life or death. You wanted to win this thing. Every turn, you had to play with that level of determination. And imagine though that you're having to play both sides. So when you're on that, you know, I guess black and white. When you're playing the black side, you want to play that one to win, and then you play the white side, you want to play that one to win. But any sort of knowledge of your plans, it just inherently undermines a lot of the strategy in chess. So to authentically play chess or some other strategic game on multiple sides, you would have to kind of be stateless. Boil down your thought process, your AI, your strategy down to uh, pretty much a function that can respond to whatever the state of the game is with what move it wants to make. Standard AI, but if you boil it down and play to it, then there's you know, no subjectivity. You're playing like a dealer, a blackjack dealer, not like drug dealer. But so, I mean, there's an obvious, analogy to, you know, love your fellow man and all that. But moreover, if like part of your body actively and continuously tries to reject another part of your body, genuinely it's some sort of like a autoimmune disorder or something. But trying to have one mindset throughout your body, I mean, you want all your parts to move towards optimality at their small level, but then also overall, right? Well, you want to be able to allocate resources to the parts that need them. You want to get oxygen to all your body parts and all that. But you want them to be balanced and tuned for each part to work towards that optimum, for each one to be optimally effective. But there's an inherent difference between that and productive, because ever since early years of the country, about 1770s, they idolized productivity and being a demonstrably productive member of society. And, that's all well and good and very Puritan of them. But that's only important when you need all of your people to be doing that sort of work. And just like a lot of systems built out of necessity, it's not optimal the way it is. I mean, it may have been optimal for, a previous situation, but it's definitely not optimal for what it is now, where we have the technology and infrastructure and a whole lot of other stuff that would make much better systems feasible. Just in terms of putting people to fulfilling work. Like imagine if you had some sort of a VR, AR game that could fully immerse, first of all, any sort of addicts and things. And I mean, I'd imagine this is already in use, if not at least in production. But some sort of a augmented mental state to not simulate the effects of a drug, but to distract the right parts of the brain to quell cravings for that pathway. So then you could redirect the neurons just long enough for it to remember other options to properly evaluate them. I mean, I also think fasting should be part of rehab, but that's a whole different thing. But say we had some sort of a system where people who felt no connection to this life, I mean, obviously you don't want them to just give up life, and you don't want them to give up on life. But if they could be part of a system that was completely engaging, and whatever degree of simulation or abstraction is ideal for their brain determines the mode of the program. And so like somebody that is looking for that sort of escape, say we could put that desire, that drive to use in mapping the altered mindset landscape. People that want or need to remain in control, that's fine too. There are outwardly productive things and cognitive tasks for sober-minded, and this would be a way to put to use those that aren't. I mean, there's a lot of people that just, for some reason, that's just how they, where they are. But they've suffered, these people, generally a lot. And so they have just a wealth of experience and knowledge and maturation that could be put to great use. And then that'd be fulfilling for them and potentially supporting them. So, I mean, just saying, it would kind of cure depression, homelessness, poverty, all these things. But, just a thought.